Welcome everyone, this is your host Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. First of all, this channel is proudly sponsored by Medjay. This is actually the feature of this video. Secrets Beneath the Sand. This is a larger-than-life Monster Hunter tabletop RPG, where you get to unravel the mysteries of ancient Egypt and confront the threats from within, from without, perhaps from beyond the stars. You will find it in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by Gates of Krystalia, the card-driven isekai style tabletop role-playing game. It is available in 6 languages and they have recently released the Last Deux advanced rulebook. This optional expansion brings so many things to the table, such as setting details, character development details, as well as isekai tropes such as the beach trip, the school trip, romance rules. You also have solo rules to play this as a solo or cooperative experience without a game master. You will find it in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by pt3 Studios, the publishers and developers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop role-playing game where you play as monster girls experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. They have recently released Daughters of Lamb. This is a pay-what-you-want tabletop RPG where you get to play as cybernetic nuns with guns, looking for the missing pieces of their AI god. You will find it in their website. The link will be in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by the Red Room Publishing. Please check out their store for exclusive tabletop RPG products and check out their recent release of Final Frontier. This is a streamlined sci-fi tabletop role-playing game where you get to explore space for justice, for profit, for both. You will find it in their website. The link will be in the description and in the pinned comment as well. Today, of course, I am continuing my review series featuring Medjay. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review series, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about character creation. You are one of the heroes of the Hidden War, larger than life, bound by courage and skill, sworn to face monsters that have no place in the waking world. Your enemies are ancient, your tools are rare, and the risks are nothing less than cosmic. There are 6 steps to follow when creating a character. You choose your character's name, your archetype, then your attributes. That will be the 3rd step. You choose your skill, you name your relic, and you declare your oath. Now, when it comes to choosing your name, you have a table here to randomly determine your character's name. A male name, a female name, and an epithet. So, you could be Nibra, the Lionheart, or maybe Kia, the Flame of the Nile. I really like how these epithets bring a sense of epicness, a flavor of legend to each character. Now, when it comes to the archetypes, these could be considered character classes in other games, but they are pretty specific to this setting. You have the Sky-scribed Hunter. You are the arrow in the dark, the spear in the sandstorm. Your strengths lie in tracking, ranged combat, and the like, but you're not very good when dealing with heavily armored human foes. Then you have the Relic Seer. You can hear machines that others call silent stone. You coax light from dead crystals and command relics. Your strengths lie in the use of magitech, artifact repair, and the like. And you're not very strong when it comes to doing anything without the relics. Then you have the Sunblade Champion. Your blade is your oath, and your oath is unshakable. Your strengths lie in melee combat and defense, perhaps even inspiring your allies, but you're not very good when it comes to hit and run. You're not very mobile. Then you have the Anubian Shadow. You walk between worlds, moving unseen through darkness and death. You are all about stealth, infiltration, and even curses. But you're not very durable in prolonged combat. Then you have the star-touched sage. The patterns of the stars are written in your mind. You can understand and read the alien glyphs, the patterns, the cosmic alignments. Your strength lies in divination and alien knowledge, as well as negotiation with such beings. But you are sometimes distracted by your visions and you're not very sturdy in combat. When it comes to attributes and skills, you have 3 attributes. You have might, cunning, and lore. They are pretty self-explanatory. And you can actually spend these attributes for rerolls related to their tasks or challenges or tests where you are employing such attributes. For example, in the case of might, you can spend a reroll once per point. Reroll any physical action, like breaking free from a monster's grip, smashing through a stone door, or delivering a killing blow. Or maybe you spend for power, activating any archetype power keyed to might. You have a number of points to distribute among these attributes, of course. Attribute points refresh at the start of a new session because remember, you're going to be spending these attribute points during the adventure. The Game Master may allow a partial refresh mid-session after a significant rest or heroic deed that fits the attribute. When it comes to skills, they are narrower specializations that grant advantage on specific actions. At character generation, you'll pick one skill from a list. Maybe you are knowledgeable in beast lore. Maybe you can command others. Maybe you are quite insightful. Or maybe you are very skilled in the use of melee weapons. When it comes to archetype powers, every archetype has a set of unique powers that reflect its legend. Each power costs 1 point from a relevant attribute to activate. Attribute points, of course, refresh at the start of each session. You can activate a power after a roll to change the outcome, or instead of rolling to do something extraordinary. In the case of the Sky-Scribed Hunter, you have powers such as Hunter's Leap, jump twice your normal distance and attack. When it comes to the Relic Seer, you have things such as Reverse Flow, force an enemy relic or artifact to malfunction for 1 round. When it comes to the Sunblade Champion, you have things such as Shield Breaker, destroy or bypass an enemy's main defense. When it comes to the Anubian Shadow, you have things such as Lore, Deathmark. In the Lore category, you have Deathmark, curse a target. Next attack against that target deals double damage. In the case of the Star-Touched Sage, you have powers such as Veil Piercer, see-through illusions, disguises, or invisibility for 1 round. Then you create your relic. You give it a name. You describe its appearance and note the ability or theme it most strongly expresses. You have examples here such as the Spear of the Gods, a bronze-shafted weapon that hums with the voice of the constellations, its blade lengthening or shortening at your command. The theme is precision and reach. The ability is extend your melee strikes up to 30 feet away, and this is just an example. When it comes to shared oaths and attribute links, you choose a partner among the adventuring group. Both of you choose an oath that binds you. You link an attribute to that oath. For example, in the case of might, it could be sworn protection, vengeance, or shared battles. Once per session, you may lend 1 point from your linked attribute to your oath partner. They can spend it on a reroll in that attribute's arena, or activating an archetype power tied to that attribute. You must describe how you can aid them, framing this as a spotlight moment with clear and visible stakes. If you lend a point and your partner fulfills the oath during the session, both of you regain 1 spent attribute point in the linked attribute immediately. However, if your partner betrays you or fails the oath, both suffer disadvantage on the next relevant roll. When it comes to character advancement, this is pretty standard for tabletop RPGs. You gain 1 experience point if you fulfill your oath. You could gain experience if you took great personal risk to protect others, etc. When it comes to reaching 5 experience points, you can level up by increasing an attribute, gaining a new skill, or unlocking a new archetype power from your list. Tie leveling to legend, that is, it is not very clear here, but it's basically, as you reach milestones, you're also going to obtain benefits. If people start to tell stories about you, you will obtain a permanent perk. And if your legend is so huge that it is whispered everywhere, in marketplaces, in cities, by cursed cults, you unlock a legend perk. And you have a list for that. For example, a new named relic, or web of influence. Perhaps you are known across the land, and maybe you will obtain some benefits or even dangers. And this concludes this part of the review series. In the next part we are going to talk about the core rules. And now, when it comes to all of the aspects of character creation, it really does feel like it is tied to the setting. I also like it that it is quite freeform in some cases, like the refresh of your attribute points. It could be during the session, when you reach particular moments, like resting, or perhaps something very epic, who knows? But in a standard way, you regain these points every session. So there is a lot of flexibility, and I love how the archetypes, the oaths, pretty much everything about your character expresses the theme of Medjay. Thank you for watching this part of the review series. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member using the super thanks button. Take a look at the information in the description and in the pinned comment. This has been your host Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master, and remember, master roleplay and you will master the game. Once again, thank you and see you later.